Hello everyone and welcome to Pick a Card reading on what did your ancestors pass down to you? What gifts, talents, abilities, spiritual gifts did you inherit from your ancestors? For today's Pick a Card, I'd like you to take a few deep breaths before picking one powerful reading. So for pile 1, we have the clear quartz, pile 2, the rose quartz, or pile 3, the magnesite. Hello pile 1, I hope you're all safe and well, and welcome to Pick a Card reading today on what skills, talents and spiritual gifts did your ancestors pass down to you? What did you inherit from them? So right off the bat pile 1, I feel like your ancestors were a group of people who were naturally self-sufficient. They feel like a group of people who were very instinctual. They knew how to survive. They were natural gatherers. They were natural go-getters. There's something about a connection with the wilderness, with the animal kingdom, plant medicines. So some of your ancestors may have been shamans, medicine people. There's something about coming together, community, strength in numbers. I'm also picking up that your ancestors were naturally good at foretelling nature cycles. There's something about being in alignment, in rhythm with nature's cycles. I'm also picking up that your ancestors were naturally good at crafting, something about being very skillful with the hands, being very practical. So some of you watching this pile may be very gifted with your hands, whether that's in your profession or perhaps in your free time you enjoy craft work. I'm being brought to this drum and this wolf card, which tells me there's something to do with tribes, rituals, coming together. So pile 1, I feel like your ancestors have passed on to you gifts in sharp instinctual abilities. There's also a very strong sense of inner knowing, trusting your inner authority, your insights. Because with this Hermit card and this High Priestess, these are cards of going within to find the answer, going within to find the peace, the balance. So I feel like your ancestors were naturally very deep people, very connected to the world within and around. So I'm picking up, for this pile, you have natural gifts in intuition. Your intuition is very strong. You're also naturally tenacious, determined, persistent. There's a survival instinct running through your bloodline. You're very instinctual. So some of you watching this pile may have prominent fire signs in your natal chart. There's something about a natural flame, a natural drive to keep moving forward. I'm also picking up Taurus and Capricorn energies in this pile, because there's something about being connected to Mother Earth, something about being able to attend to your earthly needs, your earthly visions. I'm also picking up that your ancestors were balanced within. They have very good instincts, self-esteem, They saw things for what they were. They were realistic, down to earth, practical. So I feel like your ancestors have passed these gifts onto you, these abilities, where you're able to see things clearly. You're able to trust in divine timing. And I feel like some of you have very strong natural body clocks that you're able to foretell changes in seasons, changes in the environment. And perhaps you're also connected to your own body cycles, knowing when to take time out to rest, knowing when to change a certain habit or routine. So part one, I feel like your ancestors have passed on very strong skills to you, skills of survival, natural instincts, the gift of being able to go with the flow. I'm also picking up for some of you, your ancestors were natural climbers. They weren't scared of heights. They were able to climb mountains. So for some of you, I feel like you may be drawn or have a passion for being in outdoors. I'm even getting, for some of you, you may even enjoy hiking, walking, climbing. I'm also picking up for some of you, you may even enjoy fishing, water rafting. There's something about being near water which is very serene, very soothing, comforting to you. So part one, your ancestors were people who kept very close to the ground. They were in tune with nature's rhythms, cycles. I'm even picking up some of you may be naturally drawn to the moon, to the stars, to planets, and you may have a natural connection with moon cycles, moon phases. There's also this ability of being able to flow with life. Your ancestors were a group of people who knew when to embrace life, take time out to celebrate life, and they also knew how to go within to find guidance, insights on how to move forward. So even though your ancestors kept close to the ground, I feel like your ancestors were also good when it came to being in high altitudes. They had this knack of being able to look at things from a higher point, apex. So I feel like you've been gifted with this ability to look at things from a higher viewpoint. And for some of you, you may literally be drawn to climbing mountains, high ranges where you're able to look down at things and appreciate things from a different viewpoint. There's something about a connection with the lower terrains and the higher altitudes. I'm also picking up that your ancestors had very good self-esteem. They appreciated life, they appreciated the resources around them. They appreciated their skills and abilities. Gratitude comes in quite strongly, giving thanks, prayers, a connection with Mother Earth, Source. So I feel like in this group, you're naturally gifted in ritual work, or you may be drawn to rituals, but there's something about being able to give thanks, realise your blessings. And I feel like from giving thanks, you're able to see how truly blessed you are, which creates very good self-esteem, knowing that you have more than you need, more than enough. I'm also picking up that you've been gifted from your ancestors with this ability to grow things, to start things off and watch it grow, to be patient, to be consistent, and to water your seeds, your plants. So I feel like you've also been given the ability to remain patient, consistent, and to watch things grow, to take a step back and reassess, reevaluate, to appreciate. For some of you, you may be drawn to music, instruments, which I feel has been passed down from your ancestors. They embraced life. They knew when to celebrate life. And I feel like a sense of community is very strong within them, which has been passed down to you. So I feel like some of you may even play instruments, and you may use instruments as a way to bring people together, a way to heal, a way to balance and ground. So part one, your ancestors want you to remain in the present, because it's through the present moment where you're able to see your blessings by looking how far you've come, learning from the past. They want you to use your good judgment to make decisions. They want you to trust your inner knowing, your instincts, your inner power. And they also want you to know that you're very creative and to use those abilities to create harmony, balance, beauty in your life. So part one, I think that's all I have for you your reading on what skills, talents, spiritual gifts did your ancestors pass on to you, what you inherited. I hope you've enjoyed today's reading, you found it enjoyable and it was helpful. And if you did, please ensure to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more video uploads. And thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Bye. Hello part 2 and welcome to your pick a card reading on what skills, abilities, spiritual gifts did your ancestors pass on to you? What did you inherit? So right off the bat part 2, I feel like your ancestors passed on this ability to be able to rebuild. Your ancestors were strong builders. They were adaptable, flexible, and I feel like for some of you, your ancestors travelled long distance. So I feel like your ancestors have passed on this ability to find home, comfort, safety within. So it doesn't matter where you live physically, it's all about finding that inner peace and ease. For some of you, I'm getting your ancestors were travellers. They like to see the world, they like to experience new cultures, meet new people, experience the beauty of the world, of nature. I'm also picking up that your ancestors were passionate people, which I feel has been passed down to you. You may be very passionate, very driven. I feel like your ancestors were quite fiery when it came to what mattered. They weren't afraid to stand their ground, to fight their corner. They were bold and fearless in a way, which I feel with this group, you have this innate trait about you as well. You're very passionate about what you want to achieve, and I feel like when it comes to love, you wear your heart in your sleeve. For this group, I feel like some of you have some strong fire and water elements in your natal chart. You've got this fiery nature as well as this very calm, mellow vibe. So I feel like it depends on situations and who you're surrounded by, where these qualities may surface. So in certain situations, you may be quite calm and collected, and in other situations, you may be more vocal, more fiery, more opinionated. With this witch card and prayer, I feel like your ancestors have passed on to you this ability of a powerful mind. There's something regarding trust, communication, a connection with something bigger than yourself. So your ancestors may have been religious or spiritual people. I feel like some of you in this part may be medicine men, women, witches, alchemists. But there's something about an ability, a gift in alchemizing, transmutation, which I feel your ancestors have passed down to you. With the Emperor card, your ancestors have also passed down to you this inner authority, this gift of foresight, authority, power. Perhaps you like to be powerful, or you're trying to find your inner power. But there's something about standing tall, proud. You've also been gifted a mind that is very intellectual, intelligent. You're someone who is a lateral thinker. I feel like your ancestors were very bright, intelligent. They knew how to navigate through life, which I feel has been passed down to you. There's something within you that is very authoritative, and some of you may even relate to being a natural leader. So some of you watching this part may be in Aries or Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus or North Node. With the Three of Wands, I feel like your ancestors have passed down to you this ability to wait things out. This ability to be able to remain calm, collected, knowing that you've put in the hard work and trusting that the rewards will come through. So you have a strong sense of trusting in the divine, trusting in your own authority, your own actions. I feel like in this group you're very blessed, you're very lucky, very hardworking. And I feel like you may even give thanks. You may even pray a lot, which has been passed down from your ancestors. I'm also picking up that some of you may even celebrate your ancestors, venerate your ancestors as a part of your family, culture, traditions. But there's something about respect for those who came before you. With this Nine of Swords, I feel like your ancestors have passed down this ability to you of being able to get yourself out of hard times. Knowing when you're overthinking, knowing when you're self-sabotaging. I feel like you're a group of people with very strong mental intelligence, abilities. You have a very strong mind, will and drive. I feel like when you're low, you're really low. But I feel like light always comes through where you're able to then pick yourself up and rebuild. So I feel like one of your skills, your abilities and gifts from your ancestors is this ability to rebuild, to restart, to start over. There's something about being very crafty, very adaptive. So part 2, I feel like your ancestors are well travelled. They may be used to different climates, the hot and the cold. Some of you may even have relatives all around the world. But there's something about this difference of hot and cold climates. They may have been people who lived in different types of climates, the hot, the cold. But there's something about being able to adjust, being able to navigate, being able to rebuild. So some of you may have very good innate abilities in constructing, devising, compiling. But there's something about being able to make things happen, to make best use of what you've got, of resources. So I feel like in this group, you're natural builders, natural strategists, natural alchemists, creators. And I feel like your relationship with the divine is forever growing, enhancing. So part 2, that's all I have for you for your reading on what skills, talents, spiritual gifts were passed down from your ancestors. What did you inherit? I hope you've enjoyed today's reading and you found it helpful. And if you did, please ensure to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more video uploads. And thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Bye. Hello Part 3 and welcome to your pick a card reading on what skills, abilities, spiritual gifts did your ancestors pass on to you? What did you inherit? So right off the bat, Part 3, I feel like your ancestors were very wise, very knowledgeable. I feel like they've undergone a lot of hardships, a lot of learnings, lessons, transformations. I feel like your ancestors were spiritually very deep people. With this karma card, I feel like some of you watching this pile may be in this incarnation to heal family wounds, ancestral wounds. I feel like your ancestors were very prideful people and very passionate. Some of your ancestors were very awoke. They were enlightened to higher consciousness, which I feel has been passed down to you. Some of you may have undergone your first Saturn return or undergone some kind of deep awakening, transformation, enlightenment, which has shown you your path, your purpose in this lifetime. I feel like death and rebirth is one gift, one skill you're able to navigate. I feel like your ancestors have passed down this ability to go through deep transformations. I'm getting for some of you, you may be a Scorpio or you may have a strong Pluto or 8th house placement. I feel like your ancestors, Part 3, were good at putting in the time, the effort towards stability, securing stable grounds. They may have been quite academic, or they may have had a thirst for knowledge, which I feel has been passed down to you, Part 3. You yourself could be naturally intelligent, very bright, and wanting to keep learning, gaining new knowledge and wisdom. I also feel like your ancestors had to stand their ground, fight for what mattered to them, which I feel is a quality which has been passed on to you. So I feel like some of you have natural fighter spirit within you. You have a very strong sense of who you are, who you want to be, and who you're becoming. So I feel like you've been blessed with this ability to recognise mistakes, to rectify them, to learn from them, and to move on. So your ancestors have passed on to you the spiritual gift of being able to understand life, the human journey on a deeper level. They've also passed on this inner belief, this trust in the magic within you and the magic in life. I feel like in this group you may find things change for you suddenly. Almost like the divine comes in at the right moment, miraculously. So I feel like your ancestors have passed on to you this natural ability to be able to overcome failures, mistakes, adversities. I'm also picking up that you've been gifted with this inner light, this inner gift of being able to see things for what they truly are. The ability to see through situations, to see right through people. I'm picking up for some of you, you may have gifts in clairvoyance, you may be a natural seer, you may be a medium, but there's something about a gift of being able to see right through things and situations. I'm also picking up that some of you may be going through your Kundalini awakening, or perhaps you're going through a process of shedding old skin and you're starting to realise certain things about your life, your purpose. I'm also picking up that your ancestors have passed on to you an ability to step up to the plate, to take ownership, responsibility. Some of you may feel this hunger, this drive to be out there, to be a public speaker, to be out there in the world. Because I feel like you have a lot to share with others. Your transformations are your gifts to the world. You can even help others see the beauty in their own lives. So in a way, Part 3, I feel like you are the rebels, the black sheeps in your family. It's almost like you've incarnated to make some things right. You've incarnated to spread the love, the knowledge, the wisdom from your ancestors. It's like your ancestors chose you to be the one to stand out, to triumph, to stand tall. I'm also picking up a bit of lone wolf energy coming from this group. So I feel like one of your gifts is the ability to be unshakable, be unstoppable, to trust in what you feel, to trust in what you sense, to know that it's okay to try new things. It's okay to fail at something, but at least you've given it a go. So I feel like in this group, you have a lot of boldness, bravery, which has been passed down to you from your ancestors. I'm also picking up that you've been gifted with the gift of detachment and discernment in this lifetime. When things, people, situations no longer serve you, you're able to turn your back from it. So part 3, it feels like your ancestors have chosen you to be the one to break certain molds, to be the one to heal certain wounds in the family line. And I feel like you've been gifted with some kind of power, knowledge, wisdom to be able to overcome life's challenges, adversities, so that you can help towards a greater good. So I think that's all I have for you, part 3, for your reading on what skills, talents and spiritual gifts did your ancestors pass on to you. I hope you found this reading enjoyable and helpful, and if you did, please ensure to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more video uploads, and thank you for watching. Catch you next time.